Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. You've probably never been here before. This is my second one today. I'm going to get another Western out of the way. We're going to do the Naked Spur. I've had this recorded off Five Action for months, right? So it's from 1953. We'll do the entry as always from the 1001 books. I've had a bit of a 50s thing these last couple of weeks. Virtually everything in July was from the 50s. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven out of 10 films are from the 50s. I'm going to have to mix it up a little bit. Um, anyway, 1953, The Naked Spur. I've not been looking forward to this one. I'm gonna get it out the way. I think is what I'm going to do. Um, I've been I'm overdosed on westerns a bit. I think that's the issue. Right, The Naked Spur. I've watched Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid earlier on this morning, which mm, wasn't great. I'm not expecting very many live viewers. But anyway, The Naked Spur, Anthony Mann, 1953, the third of the remarkable series of westerns director Anthony Mann made with James Stewart in the 1950s. The Naked Spur has Stewart as Howard Kemp, an embittered bounty hunter trying to earn money to buy back the ranch he lost when his wife was unfaithful to him during the Civil War. Along the trail, he falls in with Jesse, Millard Mitchell, an elderly prospector, and Anderson, Ralph Meeker, a renegade army officer. Eventually, Stewart gets his man, a sardonic killer named Ben, Robert Ryan, but Kemp's troubles are just beginning. The arduous journey through the wilderness to bring Ben to justice tests Kemp to the limits. What makes this an exceptional film is, right, here we go, the tautly scripted and finely acted exploration of the tensions between the characters. Kemp and Ben each strive to gain psychological supremacy, with Ben using his girlfriend Lena, Janet Leigh, as bait as he senses Kemp's vulnerability beneath the tough exterior. James Stewart gives a brilliant portrayal of a man on the edge of hysteria. Second, Mann has a wonderful way with mountain scenery. Brilliant. It's one of those films where the mountain scenery is better than the film. Using the arduous nature of the terrain as a physical counterpoint to the character's inner turmoil, virtually the entire film was shot on location. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Particularly as Oklahoma the other day was virtually all sets, and yeah, the less said about Pat Garrett, the better. Um, so I think we're about ready to go. Um, I will make a drink at some point. I'll have a coffee, a cup of tea. We'll see how it's going. Like I said, I recorded this off Five Action, so we are going to have. There's going to be commercial breaks, and it's in two parts because they put the news in the middle. So there will be a point where I go, stop! It's the next bit. But I'll just keep the timestamp going. Okay. So if you are ready to watch along, if you'd like to watch along, if you've got your remote controls at the ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hello, the Canadian. It does say The Naked Spur. It does. Um, it's a western from 1953 though, so I doubt it's going to be sexy. Um, so we've got Ralph Meeker. Why? Oh, no. Yes, it does say The Naked Spur. I mean, it quite clearly says The Naked Spur, right? I've got a new. I'm trying out my AirPods for the sound because the other ones weren't great this morning with Pat Garrett. Dirty, if you say so. Um, so it's in like proper bloody technical of this as well. We've had quite a few black and white 1950s ones recently, but this is proper in your face colour. That is some nice mountainous scenery. it does feel a bit TV movie at the moment, and it's not in widescreen either. And James Stewart looks like he's. Does he literally get the bloke like straight away? This is the old prospector. It's like proper TV cowboys though, with his red jacket and his blue neckerchief. It's proper bloody Woody's Roundup. Oh Jesus! I'm gonna hate. I know I'm gonna hate this already. It's all proper. Do you want something from me, mister? It's all proper bloody prospector, Stinky Pete. Meet somebody who. It's quite a nice little movement with the rifle that Jimmy Stewart had there, though. It's like his mouth's hardly moving. It doesn't. It doesn't really look like a bounty hunter, James Stewart there. Donkey there. The donkey's dead now. So basically, this is on the list because it looks. Look at the bloody state of that. Because it looks nice, and there's some tension in the script between the characters. So it's a shortish one. This as well. It's about an hour and a half. So we should be all right. We should get through it relatively unscathed. But it also frees up some space on my generic TV. Look up, it's blue TV box. It's like he's hardly moving his mouth when he talks, the old prospector guy. How much was $20 back in the 1800s? $20 worth? It's got Janet Leigh in it, so you know. A good, what, 7 years before Psycho? Psycho 1960? I think. And he's just shaking these bloody. They look like chocolate coins that he's shaking at him. Probably shouldn't do that, especially if you don't got the sound on. It does look beautiful, but it looks proper fake because of the colours. It's one of those, I think, that if it was black and white, it would lose obviously the beautiful colours of the scenery. The sky's amazing. But it'd perhaps look more realistic, if if that makes sense. Some good horse riding skills here up this big track. At least it's got a better soundtrack than Pat Garrett had earlier on as well. Bloody Bob Dylan, Christ Almighty. I was going to say some amazing scenery, but they've just. I mean, they're not going to be real rocks, are they? That they've just. Well, they do appear to have a bit of weight behind them. It looked like they threw some real rocks down on top of them. created enough dust. They didn't bounce like they were polystyrene. Perhaps they were real. Surely not. But, you know, oh, yawning. He filmed 100% on location. What I find myself doing now, though, is if it's a film I'm not that bothered about watching, when you get, we've just had a really slow pan up this kind of cliff face like that, and there's a little bit of me thinking we could have shaved 20 seconds off the runtime here if they'd just done that a bit quicker. Another rock slide. They can't be real rocks then. They can't be. They're bloody massive. If it had all gone wrong, they fall like real rocks though. They look like they have the weight of real rocks. I keep yawning. I can't be tired. Do they sit watching bloody films and talking about them? A great voice, Jimmy Stewart, though, hasn't he? Another horse coming. I can hear it. He's like a cavalry guy with a tash. Indian fighter extraordinary. He just shoots them from miles away. He just asked him if you could see his discharge. You can make up your own jokes there, obviously. I want not to do all the hard work for you. Look at that handwriting. It's like handwriting, but here you can read it if I hold it still enough. When I see Jimmy Stewart as a cowboy, I don't know if I buy it. Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. And again, at least the clothes look dirty. It's not a gunfight OK Corral western where everything's like best threads. Poor bloody donkey there. Little donkey. When the first adverts come on and I fast forward it, I'm having a cup of tea. I potentially need something stronger, but I have to drive later. Tense music, miles better soundtrack. The Dylan soundtrack. I know I keep going on about it, about films that we're not even watching at the moment, but the Dylan soundtrack to Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Oh my God, I've been hearing it in my dreams. I mean, it's all done on location. To get a cameraman up that bloody cliff there so we can look right up to it, technically, for 1953, this must be way up there. Did he lasso that first time there? It can't have been James Stewart who did that then. Can't be. No, it's definitely not because he's climbing the fence. He's climbing the fence, climbing the wall now. The wall, climbing the cliff. I thought that looked like Jimmy Stewart. Not really sure why he's fallen down that far. Burnt all his hands. See, the actor playing Anderson can climb cliffs, whereas Jimmy Stewart clearly can't. Da 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 da. The Foley artist with the shotgun sounds is certainly earning his money as well. As is the. They can't be real rocks. I mean, they've just bounced over that bloke's head. They can't be real rocks they're throwing down. And if this is on this location where this can't be. There's another fake rock's gonna go there. It can't be. It can't all be location work. That cliff. There's a bit of another Han Solo thing. We had Han Solo earlier on with Pat Garrett, and this Anderson guy in his army uniform with his yellow stripe down his trousers. There's no way he's not heard him climbing up that cliff behind him. No bloody way. He's about 3 feet away from him for a start. Absolutely no way. Yeah, so Ralph Meeker's name came up, and I was like, who's that Mr. Meeker? And of course, Mr. Meeker was in Rent-A-Ghost. Is that Pa Walton? No, it's not. Looked like him from a distance, but it's not. Just do what I say. It's one of those films, The Naked Spur. Oh, there's Janet Leigh. So we're 15 minutes in, right? There's been more action in 15 minutes of this film than there was in the entirety of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Definitely fake rocks. I've just seen him push them over. Dead or Alive was the thing it was, wasn't it? How's he managed to get up there now? He couldn't do it before because he's burnt his bloody... Yeah, 2 guns on him. Calm down, sweetheart. We're not going to hang you. Get up. Miles better than Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Miles better. Making up a deputy. I was ripped off at the bottom. So when did Janet Leigh marry Tony Curtis? When was Jamie Lee Curtis born? So this is 53, so my dad was born in 53. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis is as old as my dad. Partners. So we may not have shot the guy. It is quite tense between them all. Oh, there we go. Right, adverts. Let's fast forward through these. There we go. Dirty Harry on 5 Action. That's what was on whatever night it should have been on. The horse dying. Easy, 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 boy. It's got a comment on my Facebook page that says that they never bought James Stewart as a cowboy, and that's exactly what I said about 10 minutes ago. Janet Leigh looks like she's in a different film. Why have they allowed them to go off and have a chat here for 10 minutes while no one's bothered? They're letting a. Oh, it's because they're shooting the horse, they're euthanizing the horse, that's why. No, it makes sense. No, it makes sense. I heard ya. That that edit wasn't great then. Janet Leigh and how old she is. That's what I needed to check. 27, 47. She's only 26. When did she marry Tony Curtis? 1951, so she's married to Tony Curtis at this point. She'd been married twice before Tony Curtis. She married in 1942, which made her what? Made her 15? Christ on a bike. Married in 1942, annulled in 1942, strangely enough. Then married again, 1945, so that made her 18 at least at that time. Then Tony Curtis in 51. Jamie Lee Curtis, born 1958. Kelly Curtis, don't have a year for when she was born. There we go. Can you do me? Right, I need that cup of tea, which just means the kettle's going to be incredibly loud. So get ready for this one. Get to. Kettle on. It does remind me of the Oxbow incident a little bit. It is quite talky. It's not quite as tense. It's not quite as good, I don't think. The longest, thinnest cigars. It actually looks like it's a realistic cigar of the time, to be fair. Just love the music. I love the music. I mean, it's so obvious. It's so over dramatic, but it does make a massive difference when you're watching these older films. Oh, Native American. Dressed up in an incredibly stereotypical way. Are they all going to put the differences aside in order to fight off the Native American threat? I don't know why it's called the Naked Spur. Did you ever marry a good woman? It's red hot, that. Of course it's red hot. I've just made it. It's red hot, that cup of tea. Red hot. It's where we're getting the the backstory now. And look at the light. The lighting is like 1,000 times better. Very philosophical. There's nothing eating me. He's a ranching man. Why can't farmers and cowmen just be friends? It is very bonanza TV movie. Look at it. There's he's riding that donkey. He looks like it looks like Bernie Clifton. Like he's in a donkey costume and he's doing the legs himself. I couldn't think of his name. I was going to Bernard Cribbins now because he's on my mind because obviously he died last week. And then I jumped to Bernie Winters, but definitely not Bernie Winters. He looks like he's down the front of his pants searching for nuggets. Fella I know. But I know I love you. There's lots of pink undergarments in the Wild West. Bloody Roy. Is he doing that spade? Is he trying to... Oh, but he's trying to undo his ropes with the spade on the donkey's back. There's quite a lot of monologuing. It's definitely very... We've had a run of them. Very stagey. I've got grown my beard back and I'm a bit kind of patchy under here. Like a bald bit there. So what about? So I'm getting a bit rapey as well. Right, hang on. Let's fast forward this commercial break. Are we on? Are we on? Are we back? We are. I think we're only about 15 minutes away from part 2. They absolutely bloody ruin stuff, don't they, by sticking... They've already stuck 5 action in the top corner. Says me with all my shit. But they stuck 5 action in the top corner, and now it says starring Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, tonight at 8 PM. Not tonight, because I recorded it. The scenery is gorgeous. It's just a pity it's filmed like an episode of Last the Summer Wine from 1979. But I do like the soundtrack. Feels a little bit like it's like a side story on Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, he's an Indian killer, remember? They're after the cavalry guy. Right, so we've lost one off his road because the Native Americans are after him, due to him being not very nice to one of the women, by the sounds of it. No, there's some. Are they coming up behind him here? It's a nice shot that with them coming in the background, seeing them riding up. I mean, they are proper bloody stereotypical, and they've got shotguns to be fair, but it's a bit. They're a bit bloody, almost a bit Peter Panish. Definitely start singing a song. I'm going to stop and talk to him. No, just keep riding off in slow motion and slowly look round. Was he hiding behind the tree trunk? What's he doing that for? Why is he not just pissed off? What's his plan? Left if he's turned round, they'll bloody see him. I mean, surely one of them will. The one at the back. They turn around to face him, or they must have done. The old rising of the hand. Has he just killed the chief there? Yep, he has. And it's proper bloody. Native American noises, like the traditional ones. Traditional, you know what I mean? Proper bloody movie Native Americans. Some good stunts. Bloody hell, that horse fell on him then. Is he going to kill him with his bare hands? He is. And I don't buy James Stewart being this violent. Has he shot him? He can't have shot him. It's bloody great stunt work there. Can't be shot. There's no bright red blood like there was in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Very quiet now after the big battle scene. He's shot in his leg, there's a bit of blood in his pants. He's going to let him go when he at the end. He's going to let him go. There's no way he's going to hand him over to get hung. His James Stewart's shot in the leg acting is a lot like my just been run over by a car acting in the latest Wigan Little Theatre production. Surely he's going to take the bloody bullet out and dress it. See, he's a bounty hunter with a heart. He didn't want to kill all the Native Americans. That shot's a bit like it's a shot in the Fellowship of the Ring where they're in the mountains. They come over the mountain and you see each one of them separately. They used it in the trailer. That's very much what that was like then. There you go. See, he's off. Not even 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. I mean, surely they've seen the blood on his leg. Camping for the night. More great lighting. Look at that mountain in the back. Bloody hell. Got the old fever going on there. I thought he'd shoved his bloody hank in his mouth. Shut up, stop screaming. You night terrors. He's delirious now. He's talking to his missus who's left him. It's the lullaby music in the background. I'm enjoying this much more than I did Pat Garrett, which you can tell because I'm a bit more quiet through it. Did she? What is the history between these two? Why has he decided to hunt him down? And he definitely knows who he is. He's a practical man. Don't know. It's better the size it was before. There we go. Well, now look, see, we're seeing him having a shave now. Well, Janet Leigh's shaving him. And still quite stubbly under where he's been shaved. Then compare that to Chris Christopherson in Billy the Kid, where everything was so smooth. I know it's to make him look younger. But we never even saw him getting a shave or shaving himself or anything. There's gold in that there valley. See, it's got not much has happened, but it's got something propelling it. Where the hunt for Billy the Kid in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid was so slow and dreary. Well, this is, it's established 5 characters more in 45 minutes than Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid did in 2 hours. You've been shot in your leg, mate. Get his socks. The proper modern socks, then. I don't know if for a dog if you're suffering, thank you, you're welcome. I mean, she did cry over a horse, to be fair. At this point, if Sarah was watching, she'd have told me how James Stewart here is probably 7 years younger than I am in this film. Shall we see? (1908). So what was he? 45. So he was 1 year older than me in this. God damn it. He looks pretty good. He's got less grey hair than me, that's for sure. The acting in this is great. Of course he's going for the rewards. Why would he not? I think that's it for this half. It is. Right. Let's get the second part on. Balls. Yep, there we go. So this is only 53 minutes. Which will be shorter than even that, I think. Let me get through this beginning, this bloody entertainment news. There, we're back. And so's Roy. Still telling us that Dirty Harry's on motor. That was a good line as well. He's give us some food. What's this? You better eat it before we tell you. Look at Robert Ryan there. He's not had a single line during that bit. But the look on his face, it told you everything he was thinking. This is dishonourable discharge. Oh, here we go. We've got a close up on his hands here. He's definitely, he's unloosening people's saddles. Unloosening? Yeah, that's right. Or just loosening. Unloosening is tightening it up. Bloody hell. He's doing some good shot in the leg acting here, James Stewart. Is it James Stewart's saddle is loosened? It is. Smile on his face there. A poor bloody donkey. Christ on a bike. Look at that shot there. On location, all the way up this bloody cliff, riding horses about an inch away from the edge. you go. Yeah, it's slackening off. He's going to be off soon. I mean, it's not. Oh, he's off. And he's down the cliff. Again, some great stunt work there. Not killed him now. Is no one going to help him? No one's bothered to get off their horses. Perhaps like a rope down or anything. All just stood about watching. He's back on his horse, that's it. I just remembered I've got some chocolate biscuits in the cupboard. I'll be right back. I could have had them when we cup of tea. Bit of romantic music there while Janet Lee stares up at the stars. Oh. They're in a bag because they're all broken and spilling out everywhere. So we'll see what's going on here. Lovely little fake snow moment. Bloody crumbs everywhere. And they keep snapping off. Love a chocolate biscuit. We've got one viewer. Hello, one viewer. I'm assuming it's not the Canadian. He'll be back at work. Do you want to say hello? Say hello. Unless my one viewer is me. But I don't think so. Good eyeshadow on to say that she's been in the great outdoors for God knows how long. I can't call the ending to this film. She appears to be starting to have feelings for James Stewart because he seems like a nice guy. But I don't know. This can't be on location. This in a cave with the rain has to be studio based. Has to be. Well, there doesn't appear to be a bear at the other end, so we're all right. Some more fake rocks, though. Can you do me? Oh, it's the massage. They let me down. We've got about half an hour left. And we finally seeing Robert Ryan's true colours here. I reckon if I said this was a stream of me just eating biscuits, I'd get more viewers than I generally get. This cave's coming down on all of them. They must all bloody stink. They've been riding for days. No one's had a bath. Been sat near the bloody fire all night. Massively surprised me, this film. I thought I was going to hate it. But I am quite interested in what's going to happen. They're washing the cups and plates by leaving them out in the rain. Last biscuit. She wants to go to California, and that's where Chris Christopherson and Billy the Kid wanted to go to. We all have neighbours, mate. chocolatey fingers. The old lullaby music again. Bloody hell, he's grabbed her and kissed her. Whilst he's escaped out the back of the cave. They've caught him. I'm not sure how to say he's supposedly been shot in the leg and can't move or walk properly. He's caught up to him quite quickly. Yeah, no idea how that's happened at all. He can't bloody walk yet, he's managed to crawl through. Is he going to draw his gun? Nope. It's very tense. Won't kill him, can't kill him. He's going to set him free. Proper nice tear down Janet's cheek there as well. This has really surprised me, this film. Not in a kind of, it's not a Shane surprise. That's very Fellowship of the Ring, that there as well. The mountain in the background, the silhouettes of the horses down the hill. Wonder if Peter Jackson used this if he was influenced. A nice raging river. Can't cross the river. There's definitely some history between them. You go having a bit of a fight. Little Jimmy Stewart's legs in the air then during this fight. They're fighting in some sand, but it's quite white. I don't know where the whiteness has come from. I mean, it's not a great fight, this, to be fair. And again, lots of people just, oh, that gun, was that gun going? Just standing about and watching it happen. Well, it was hardly the fight in Black Panther at the side of the bloody river. Huge drop. Not really sure how he's knocked him out there either, but he has. I was going to say, he didn't look as grey as me. He looks really grey there. He's been running about in the sand. That's what it is. I mean, they just keep setting up camp and then just moving on 3 feet and setting up camp again. Can you do me? The prospector guy is the I would say the most sensible one amongst them, but not so much now. See, it's about 15 minutes to go. We're not really building to a conclusion here. Blah 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 blah. I mean, he might as well just. Hang on. He might as well just do an evil cackle there. He's trying to convince Jesse to show him where his gold is. Yeah, so 23 minutes left on the recording, but 20 minutes ish. Who's this creeping about now? It's got to be Jesse with his. It is. Here we go. Do 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 do. Cut him loose. Big mistake. Oh, you silly old bastard. I don't know why they've not stolen another horse. Why have they not stolen 3 of the horses? They had 3 horses, 4 horses. Oh, you silly old fool. Surely he's not been this stupid. It looks like the same cliff as the beginning. Is he going to kill him or not? He has. Well, he has to die now because we've definitely seen him kill someone. And we've also got only 2 shares now rather than 3 shares in the reward. He's going to fall to his death, isn't he? Wash away in the river. No one gets the reward. Poor old donkey there, look at his face. This must have all been redubbed afterwards. That river would have been too loud. Someone's just sent me, Sarah's just sent me something that says, "What's it like to watch every movie in 1001 movies you must see before you die?" And Gabriel Bruskoff, who lives in Los Angeles, has replied and said, "I've seen somewhere between 500 and 600 films on this list. Honestly, after the first 400 or so, it gets pretty exhausting. If you're like me, you'll watch the most accessible ones first, which means that you're left with hundreds of obscure intellectual films, and you can only watch so many of those before you crave simple, good old fashioned storytelling. I've gotten to the point where I'd much rather watch almost any interesting film compared to a film I haven't seen from that list." So it's going to get really interesting by about next year onwards. Although that's hardly the case. There's a lot more than there's a lot more than accessible. There's a lot more films that are accessible than just 400 of them. What is she doing now? Jimmy's going to kill him. I still don't know why it's called the Naked Spur. I don't know who's climbing up that bloody rock though. Again, this looks more studio-y than it does location. Terrible fake fall. Oh, he's taken his one of his spurs off there to help him climb up the mountain, has he? The mountain, the cliff. Is that the Naked Spur? Oh, it's the one in his hand on the poster. He's not going to kill him with the spur, is he? Hit him and knock him off the cliff. There's no way you can hear him doing that over the river. No way. No way can he hear him with that his little spurs into the rock than over that river noise. They're going to be literally face to face here. That's a nice shot, that. But he's not going to be able to kill him unless he pulls him over. Well, there you go. Well, Spur in his face and then shot him. And then off into the river. Amazing dummy falling into the river. It was a wonderful bit of stunt work as the guy fell off the cliff. And then the worst dummy you've ever seen falling into the river. He smacked her around the chops with the shotgun. Not a bruise on her face. To get the body back so that we can claim the rewards. What's Roy doing here? He's not going to get washed away as well, is he? Look at this great stunt work there. Going across that rope with the bloody raging water. That's the well, the actor may not have done the actual going across the rope bit, but he's certainly doing this bit. It's got to be in a studio. Got to be. He's not going to be dead yet, is he? A bloody big log coming down the river here. It's not Roy dead as well, is it? Oh Christ, I think it is. Oh no, he's just down the river. There's no way he's dragging that body up through that water on his own with his injured leg. Absolutely no way. Somebody cares about just money. She'll marry him. Where's this come from? Do 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 do. Is this where? That's not where that music comes from. This bloody film, is it? No, just going to let him go. Got the old little donkey's going to dig him a grave. All that then for really nothing. Look at that, ground's been pre-dug. Well, that... I don't know how I feel about the end of that. But it's a lot better than I expected. Not something I'd rush to watch again or recommend to anyone, to be fair. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you very much, everyone. Back Thursday, I think, Thursday morning, for Full Metal Jacket. Bye bye, everyone.